Hello, everybody out there in CFX Live Land. It is Friday. It is June 7th. It is 4 o'clock, and it's time for CFX Live. We are live currently here on Facebook and on YouTube. I think we're on Twitch. We were having some trouble getting the stream authenticated, so we'll see what's going on Twitch, and we'll get this stream uploaded there, and we will work on getting it live there for next week. We're having some challenges with Wirecast. But once again, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in and spending your Friday with us here at CFX. Real quick, brief description on what's going on. CFX Live is a bi-monthly show that we are doing here at the CFX shop. Every now and then a CFX Live time will coincide with a trade show, and we will be out of the shop doing a live stream from there. But most of the time you will see us here in the shop sharing off some of the new masks that we are releasing, sharing some old stuff, some behind the scenes videos, and all of that jazz. So we're very excited to be able to offer this bi-monthly show to all of you guys. So this is, I think, the second time we are doing the 4 o'clock hour. We did 4 o'clock on Memorial Day weekend. That seemed to go really well for a lot of you guys. So we were like, let's give it a go. We'll try 4 o'clock again. There's a few of you guys here. I do know that Midwest Haunters convention is happening this weekend, so most of our regulars are either in transit or are out there prepping up their booths, or they may be on their way to Hell's Gate for the Haunt Tour. And we may or may not have provided a few new designs for them for this year's show. So I'm really excited to see what you guys think who are out there for the Haunt Tour of what's going on at Hell's Gate. We've never been. One of these days we'll get out there. Maybe next year Josh and I will make another trip to MHC. It's been what? It'll be 4 years next year, because I guess 2021 was the last time we were at MHC. That was in Milwaukee, as it were. So I hope everybody who is out there for MHC is having a great time. We miss all y'all. We will see some of you guys at an upcoming trade show in July, which we will talk about later. But yeah, can't wait to see how the new masks go over at Hell's Gate. Can't wait. On today's schedule, we're obviously going to talk about our new mask. We're going to talk about some behind the scenes videos. We're going to talk about where to see us next. Of course, we're going to try on some masks if you request in the comments down below. So make sure you put any of your comments, your questions, masks, and things that you'd like to see tried on in the comments below. And we'll do our best to get those accommodated before the stream is over. We always like to know what things you guys want to see during the live streams, so please feel free to put those in the comments down below. I always ask whenever we post the schedule for the week's CFX Live what people want to see. Some people respond, some people don't respond until the live stream. So it makes it a little challenging to accommodate mask try-ons in that regard. So if there's something in stock that you guys know you want to see and we have a live stream coming up, please reach out to us in the comment sections or even shoot us a message. You can even email us and let us know what things you want to see on the live streams, because we are here to entertain you. Believe it or not, we are here for you. Yes, we are. Let's see, I think there's I have one comment about putting on a mask, so I will do what I can to put that mask on in the bottom corner for you, Andreas, in a little bit here. So first things first, we are going to remind you guys about our free ground shipping promotion that we are offering. I guess we need to talk about our upcoming CFX Live schedule. I totally skipped over that. So Josh is going to bring up a graphic here real quick for our upcoming live streams. We will be live in 2 weeks from now at the end of June. I don't know if we're going to be doing a live stream for July 5th, given that is going to be off 4th of July. We're probably going to do something really fun that's pre-recorded for you. So feel free to tune in, and we'll post all the information there once that happens. And then back in the end of July, we'll be back in. Looks like July 19th. So right after Texas Hunters Convention, so we can show off some more fun stuff and all that jazz. So, and then, yes, now I guess we could talk about the free ground shipping promotion. I know we cover some of the same things every CFX Live, but we have a lot of new visitors every time, a lot of new viewers, a lot of people finding us for the first time on different platforms. So it is in our best interest that I do repeat ourselves and sometimes the promotions that we're doing. For instance, our free UPS ground shipping promotion that we are doing at least through the end of summer because we want to make sure that you guys get your masks with a little to no cost in terms of shipping before before the Halloween season starts. Because yes, the Halloween season does start in September, sometimes in August for a lot of people. So through the end of July, at the very least, we will be offering the free UPS ground shipping promotion. For those of you who are international, we can't give you free shipping. We wish we could, but we're doing a $80 flat rate shipping on your mask or glove orders. So if you have any questions on anything to do with the free shipping promotion, whether you're domestic or international, feel free to reach out to us. You can give us a call. You can shoot us an email. You can message me here at any of the social media pages, and we will get you your questions answered. Sweet. Let's see here. What is next? I guess the next thing that we're talking about is our free, or excuse me. Oh, there's my graphic. There it is. I have a list here of what we're going to talk about, but we rearranged some things, and I didn't write down correctly some of the things we rearranged. So the next thing on our list is every time we do a new mask drop, like we did this week, you are going to get $50 off that new mask design. You don't need any code for that. It will be automatically applied when you go to checkout on the website. If you are emailing or calling, that should also automatically be applied, but feel free to be like, hey, by the way, there's that new mask discount, $50 off. We will make sure we get that applied to your order because we love these guys a lot and we think they're really awesome. And so we're just throwing them out there with a bang for you guys. So first week of a new mask, not only are you getting $50 off, you're getting the free UPS ground shipping. So I don't know. I think that's a pretty sweet deal. That's my opinion. Just throwing it out there. Let's see, we do have a few comments floating around in here. Not a whole lot going on, so hopefully you guys are out there just watching and having a good time because that's what we're here for. Like I said, it is Friday after all. I think now might be a good time to maybe just bring up that behind the scenes video. It's kind of a continuation from last time. You saw me getting my arms and hands molded. We had to kind of go back through and remold my hands in a little bit of a different position to make sure they fit on the arms appropriately. But yes, this was a behind the scenes that we did just recently that we're going to show off for you. It's about a minute and a half long, but have fun. So that was a lot of fun, but it was also kind of gross. Not as gross as you think it would be. For those of you who are a little bit unaware of mold making processes, there are different materials you can use. In this instance, we used a whole bunch of dental alginate. So the same stuff that you go when you go to the dentist to get dental impression molds done for like dental work or braces and stuff. Yep, I stuck my hands into two giant buckets of that. Well, one at a time, so I had a free hand. That would have been a very unfortunate and very uncomfortable experience to do two hands at once. Almost similar to me getting my arms molded. But no, that was a lot of fun. I love being a model for mold making and stuff like that. So anytime I get to get my hands dirty, literally in this situation, I get the chance, I jump at the opportunity to do that. So my hands have been cast at this point. They have been cast in silicone. Michelle and Jen were working on those earlier this week, I believe. We had a lot of fun. We were making my hands hold different things. But they are going to get finished and put onto the final piece in a little bit here, then delivered and then unveiled to all of you guys. So I'm really excited to see that project come to completion and to be able to go and stare at my arms and my hands on a occasional basis. I don't know. I'm gonna be able to walk into a place and be like, "Look, those are my hands," and they're gonna be like, "I don't understand what you're talking about," and be like, "That's okay. That's all right. I know what I'm talking about. That's all that matters to me." So speaking of new things and finishing things, I did want to touch base briefly on the guest that we had in last last week and a half.
Before you do that, address this comment from me real quick.
Where you got a comment? Where?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. What's going on YouTube?
YouTube comment: is it possible to layer masks like a larger one over a smaller one? I wanted to try a mask over a Julia for a face paint.
Oh, okay. So the comment is, or the question is it possible to layer masks like a larger one over a smaller one? I wanted to try a MAC over a Julia to do some face peeling effect. It's a little bit of a loaded question. Josh, do you have your mic on? You can kind of maybe jump in and answer
Yeah,
that
I got my
bit.
mic on. Hold on one second
Right.
here. I'm just trying to get everything
Not a problem.
arranged.
He's also got a little awesome little pop-up camera.
There we
There
go.
he is.
The
Check
Cobra Commander cam.
the Cobra cam. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could totally layer a mask like that. If you have a smaller head, it's going to work much better than if you have a big head. So yeah, you could do one of our female fit masks, which are a little bit smaller with a male mask over the top of it. I would recommend doing something in Eco 20 for the male mask, so that way it stretches even more. But you can do it. One of our employees has done it on a much more simpler method. But if you're planning this out, it's totally doable. All right, cover man out.
Cobra Commander out. For those of you who aren't aware, Josh is a big G.I. Joe fan, so just throwing it out there. We were talking about new masks and people we had in the shop. So one of the reasons last CFX Live we did it at 4 p.m. was because Josh had to go pick up a in-house sculptor from the airport to have him come in and be in over Memorial Day weekend and a few days after that. And we had Anders. Anders, I'm gonna say your last name wrong, I bet. I realized I never asked you how to actually say your last name when we met at Trans World or when you were here, and I apologize. So Anders Lerche, I hope I'm saying it right, was really awesome. A great guest, a great visitor here to CFX. He busted out two new mask designs for us here. One of them is going to be a head-only design. Our first in a very long time, officially only head-only design. So not a full mask that we're making head-only, which we can do on about 85% of our catalog. No, this mask is specifically designed straight head-only. I'm really excited. I think I know what we need to call him. I'm not even going to tease what kind of character he is, but I think I'm in your same vein, Josh, of what your naming convention was for that, and I think I like that, so I think we need to go in that realm.
Well,
but yes.
Good. Sometimes I have good ideas. But yeah, so if you guys haven't seen Anders' work, please go check out his catalog. We had him sculpt two masks that they fit right in with his catalog. We let him have his artistic style on it. Yeah, Tabby's holding up his little catalog book.
His Facebook is his first name and his last name, so that's why I'm just holding up his
But an
catalog.
amazing gentleman, based out of Denmark. So he's back home in Denmark right now, so probably completely different time zone and not able to watch this until later. But thank you, Andrews, for coming out. You were amazing.
Yes.
And I can't wait to get you out here again.
Absolutely. And like I said, he did two mask designs. So one is a head only design, another one is going to be a full mask design. Those guys will be dropping in one mask will be dropping the very beginning of July 1st, I believe. And one of them is in the paint room right now, and then the other one will be heading to mold making in the next 2 weeks and will be dropping at the end of July. Both of those, I was gonna say all of those, both of those will be able to be seen at Texas Honors Convention. Just saying, just throwing it out there. So if you're gonna go to that show, that'll be there. But I know you guys have all been staring at this sexy beast sitting over here to my right. You all know I want to talk about Gemini mainly because he's my zodiac sign, but also because this was a really challenging in one way design for us to try to figure out what to do in terms of zodiacs, because everybody always does a dual face, comedy tragedy, which is beautiful in many different iterations in its own right, but we really wanted to do something different, so we went with lizard people. We went with a lizard shedding his human skin, so very similar to the final battle and that kind of stuff. So this was a really fun design. Herman knocked it out of the park with the really kind of gross sagging skin nature that's peeling off here, and all the different paint variations that we did. So before we get too much more into the paint variations, we're going to cut to about a 3-minute video of Gemini cutting on Westbot, a time-lapse version of that. So enjoy that, and we'll be back in a minute here. Man, those Westbot videos are getting better and better in my opinion. Uh, Josh and I were just discussing off camera how nice that final pass is really starting to turn out, with the way that we've perfected some of the way we do that last pass. But yes, so that was about a 3 minute video time lapse of what was an 8 hour cut. I think Gemini was about 8 hours. And then there was about 2 hours the next day of basically one more go of that final finishing pass, which is really boring to look at in the live stream, let alone in a time lapse. So yeah, I love the way that these time lapses are turning out. I think we have in the next, not next week, but the week after is when we have another Westbot Live planned. I'm really excited to, because I don't know which one is going to be up next. We have like one or two different things that could be up next. So enough about Westbot. We're going to talk about Gemini. One of the reasons why we are showing you pictures of this husk version with the red reptile Gemini is because he's already gone off to a new home. Chance gave him a new home. Chance is on his way to MHC right now. He happened to see him right as he dropped it and was like, yep, need it. So we sent him off as soon as possible. I think he got it right before he left for MHC, so I'm sure he'll be posting about it a little bit later. But that's why we are showing you pictures versus the real mask. And I think we also have the Caucasian pale with green over on our secondary cam. Yes. He obviously doesn't play well with the green screen, so we moved him to special screen, highlight reel. Let me go ahead and start spinning him around a little bit for you. Look how nice and fancy we're getting, you guys. Look at that beautiful upshot with that lighting. Thanks, Josh. But yeah, so this one is probably my favorite. It's really close between the Caucasian pale with the green reptile, which is very reminiscent, obviously, of V, which I watched a lot of the original growing up, the reruns on Sci-Fi. And then even I think it was in the late 2000s, they did a reboot, NBC. But between this one and the ZODIAC one, really tough to decide which one I like the best, because I love the really gross pale skin, super gross pale skin on him. And I know this lighting, we are continually perfecting the lighting in the studio. Josh changes it a little bit every time. He is a little bit washed out just because of how pale he is in real life. He hardly translates on camera, but you can definitely see better pictures of him on our website, and in person, because he's also going to go to the Texas Hunter Show. I know you guys want to see a little bit of a movement video, so we're going to pop up that movement video real quick right here and enjoy. Man, I really like the way this moves, and it fit really well on you. So Josh is the one who does most of the movement videos, if you weren't aware. But yeah, we picked up that jumpsuit. I threw a gold collar on it, and we made it as close to the final battle as possible a little bit. Gosh, I need to release the photo that we used for the still for that, for the thumbnail for that. It's him pulling his face apart. It's really good. So I got to make sure I share that in the next couple of days, because we had a lot of fun doing that movement video. And we have a lot more movement videos planned for the new masks that we have dropping, because we have a new mask that drops every 2 weeks, leading up to Halloween. I think we kind of fleshed out the schedule. We looked at it, and yeah, it's solid. And then some. We actually have in July, we're doing a triplet. We're doing 3 weeks back to back to back as we head into Texas Hunters Convention. We're doing 3 mask drops. Very excited about that. So that's a fantastic segue. Probably one of the best segues yet to talk about Texas Hunters Convention. A lot of you guys know we will be there. We are very excited to be getting closer to those show dates. As you can see up there, July, what is that, like 13th and 14th. Don't know if Josh and I will be at the show because we're letting Ken, Brett, and Keith, the boys who don't get out of the shop very often, take charge on this one. So Josh and I may be there for the Dark Hour Haunt Tour the day before, and maybe for a little bit on Saturday. We'll feel it out. But if you are going to the show, you can visit the 10x20 booth that CFX will have there at booth CO2 and CO3. We're going to be right next to our friends Froggy's Fog and right adjacent from Goods by Slim, who you will meet probably in one of our next live streams. Just saying. Well, I mean, I guess they saw the time lapse of him from last time, so. But he is officially finished out in his sculpt, and he's headed to mold making next week. So Texas Slim will be here before we know it. I can't wait. I'm so excited. His sculpt photos turned out really wicked. So yeah, can't wait for Texas Hunters Convention, and I think we have some really fun things planned for the next show, which will be Mask Fest. Can't wait for Mask Fest. I love Mask Fest. It's always a good time. I'm excited to go to Ohio for the first time. I haven't been to a show in Ohio yet. So yeah, the Sharonville Convention Center will play host to Mask Fest this year. I guess that's normally where the spring Horror Hound show is, so they're keeping it all in Ohio this year, versus splitting the shows between Ohio and Cincinnati, which is fine. But we really liked Cincinnati Indianapolis last time, because it's in Cincinnati this time. But yes, so can't wait for Texas Hunters and Mask Fest. And I think those are probably going to be the shows that we have for the end of the year. We're still talking about IAPA and Cult Classic here locally. But yes, so those are the next 2 big shows that we have coming up that are very, very excited for us to be at. Let's see here. That is most of the things that I had on my agenda to talk about. Josh, was there anything that let's see. Was there anything else that you wanted to touch base on, or any of that jazz that you can think of? I do have one comment. Mackie Palmer, were the Westworms ever going to be on the website? They should be on the website. I will do a double check deep dive and touch base on that for you. I think we had pulled them off just in general as not being in stock as we went to Transworld, and they may have not gotten back up. I will touch base on that one for you. Here's my notes for me to touch base.
They should be available.
You can always email us and ask us about Westworms, but I will make sure that they are back on the website for you. What color did you want?
I didn't have anything else to add really on this stream. Kenny and I have been excitedly working on a new product line.
Yes.
It's an alteration of an existing product line, but I think you guys will be really pleased. They're the masks, and it's just a modification, and they wear really nice. All you haunt owners out there, you're going to be reaching out to me real soon, I'm sure, once I start showing it off to you. There's Tabby with the Westworm. Okay. That was all I had.
And yes, we will be having some of these new things at Texas Hunters Convention. When Ken and Keith were there last year, they were getting a lot of requests for a certain style or a certain kind of mask. And so he is doing his best to oblige by those requests. So we'll talk obviously more about those in the upcoming weeks. But I'm really excited to share just the generalized new stuff that we are doing here at CFX. Ways that we are trying to make sure that you guys are completely satisfied and comfortable in any way, shape, or form when you're using our silicone products, whether it's the masks, you're playing with our Westworms, you've got some of our guts, or even our horny beanies, which should be back in stock pretty soon as well. I know it's summer, and does it really make sense to have horny beanies in summer? But it may be cold in the next, 3 months, depending on who you are and where you are. So, just saying. Speaking of horny beanies, a lot of people do ask us all the time if they can get custom colors We only offer fun, wacky, wild colors when you see us at trade shows. If you order off of the website, you're going to get one of 3 standard color options. You're going to get black, you're going to get red, and I think we have green right now, but we might change that to a yellow. We're still deciding. So let us know what other solid color horn you would like to see up on the website. Could we do like a metallic gold one? Would that even be worthwhile? So maybe we do that. Maybe we just do some metallic gold ones as a standard. There are 3 sets of gold ones. But maybe we don't do gold as a standard. Ooh, I like gold being a specialty color. Anyway, so yeah, you will see more beanies back on the website relatively soon-ish in the next couple of weeks here or so. I'm looking at Josh because Josh is the one who is usually making those.
Yes, it's summertime, and so it's a low priority item. Right now, we're still getting all the transworld orders and all. I mean, we're taking orders every single day. So, yeah, we've been trying just to make sure all that other stuff is out. But I do have beanies on order.
Yep.
I have horns ready to go. Yes.
But yeah, if you want to be a masochist and order some beanies for summer, we're not going to complain. But that's why they just haven't been in stock on the website. But if you ever have any questions about anything on the website or when something may be back in stock, or if it's just a made-to-order thing, you can always reach out to us. We love interacting with our customers. We want to make sure you have all the information you need. That way you can make the best decision possible. You can email us at info@compositeeffects.com, or you can give us a call at 225-756-7875. You can find us on all the social media channels, obviously, and if you reach out to us there, I will usually be the one responding, so feel free to say hello if you need anything, or if you just want to say hi, we like that too. If you want to buy the shop a beer, we don't mind that. Mainly the paint room. The paint room works really hard. Or if you want to buy Maui some treats, we can do some puppy treats too. So just saying.
So there are a couple of questions on YouTube. Do we have female masks? And what is the mask with the crazy eyes? Also, Halloween Hooligan says, "Hello CFX, excited to see the booth at Texas Home."
Oh, nice. So I'm gonna. Mackie Palmer responded. He was like, he would like the bloody Westworm. This bloody Westworm or the pale Caucasian bloody Westworm? Because we got a lot of different bloodies. Shoot us an email, Mackie. We will love to facilitate that for you. Okay, so you say you got questions on YouTube? YouTube. And hello, Halloween hooligans. Hopefully, Josh and I will be there to say hello to you in person at Texas Honors.
So female masks.
Yeah, and so Josh down here asks if we have any female masks. The short answer is yes. We have quite a few female masks. I'm sorry, Josh is making faces at me over here. Yes, we do have female masks. We have a few female fit designs that are also coming down into the works. But any of our male designs, we can reduce fit into a more female fit sizing. So yeah, the short answer is yes, we do have female fits. It really depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, best place to see all that kind of stuff is the little website that's scroll on the banner on the screen right there, www.compositeeffects.com. We have, I think, about 260 unique designs on the catalog right now, and then all of those can be modified in a bunch of different ways. We're looking at the website right now, and yeah, you can easily spend an hour or so on that website just looking at all the different stuff we have.
Absolutely. And he's like, how is that mask with the crazy eyes? Unfortunately, you might need to be a little bit more specific because he's a little bit crazy eyes.
I'm sure he's talking about the other right there.
I'm sure it's probably the other.
So yeah, that's the other.
Here, we'll do some musical spots and stuff here. Let's put, I hate putting the imp aside, but we're going to put the imp aside over here. And we're going to move Gemini just a smidge over here. We're going to do a trade out real quick. Oh, almost lost that mirror. There we go. So this is the other who dropped 2 weeks ago. So when we were doing the last live stream, the other was the one who we were talking about. This is the only other that we have in stock at the moment.
Yeah, those are sold out fast.
The other 2 others, that's so fun and awkward to say, sold almost immediately. One went to They both went to a Brian. Now that I'm thinking about it, one went to Brian up at, I don't even want to say because it might be a surprise. They both went to Brian's.
We just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. The rotten one went west, and the grayscale one will stay Midwest.
And Jeff had a third question. Do we have any puppets or puppet masks? We do have a puppet mask called Buddy the Puppet.
Yes.
We also have a female fit one called Dollface.
Well, we also have
Dollface is pretty famous from being in the houses that October built. It's on the cover of that movie. They used quite a bit of it. And then I also want to say stay tuned for a new product line that we might be bringing to CFX very soon.
Well, I was going to say we also have Punch, who is a marionette, who is also very puppet-like as well, in his normal vintage paint.
So yes, we have puppet masks.
Yes, puppets. So yes, we have puppet masks, and we have made puppets before, and we may be making an additional product line of sorts. So hopefully we were able to answer most of those questions for you, Jeff. It's probably Joff.
Jeff.
Joff.
Jeez, it's just Jeff. It's just Jeff.
It's Hef. My name is Hef.
His name is Hef.
My name is Jeff.
So on masks like this, Jeff, very easy to talk through, not usually muffled because they have big mouths. Some of the other ones, Gemini actually wouldn't be too bad. I don't see any of our really small mouth ones up here right now. Aquarius. Sorry about that with the microphone if I'm blasting you. All right, so a guy like this that has a lot of stuff over the mouth, yeah, you're going to sound a little bit muffled on there. You should be able to speak. There is a full mouth inside of there with nose holes and everything. But, yeah, because of you have some stuff in there. So if you were singing or something like that, and we have a lot of bands buy or masks, and they'll modify it. They'll cut the mouth out a little bit bigger and stuff like that.
But, and he says that it's Jeff.
Yeah, I told you it's Jeff. Yeah, I told you.
Sometimes I see it spelled that way, and I say it Jeff, and then I second guess myself.
My old roommate spelled his name like that. I know. I got you, Jeff. I'm going to turn my mic off so I don't blast you out.
All right, I think that was most of the comments or the questions that we had from YouTube as well as Facebook right now. Yeah, hopefully everybody is just out in transit getting to MHC, because we definitely don't have any of our regulars who I know are headed out to the show right now. So I guess that means maybe we got to go next year. Then we'll just do another CFX Live from the haunt tour again. You guys want to see it? You guys want to see a CFX Live from a haunt tour? Do we need to do Legendary Haunt Tour this year, you guys? Do we need to do it? Comment down below. Let us know if you think we need to be at Legendary Haunt Tour. It's in, I actually can't remember where it is this year. Is it in Nashville? Why do I think it's in Nashville? I can't remember at the time.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but that sounds correct.
Because they were Boston. No. Oh, anyway, we'll figure it out, and maybe we'll be there. I don't know. You'll see us there, potentially. All right, you guys. It is... we're getting a little bit longer up in there today, even though there's not a whole lot of activity or questions. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, Herman's got a question or an ask. Can we see the Easter egg, the partially hidden mask in the corner?
No.
I mean, you're looking at it. You see it.
I think that's as close as I'm going to give on that one, because that one's going to be really exciting.
I'm really excited
he just
about
came
that
out of the paint room.
Yeah.
Like he's super fresh.
Super fresh. Molly Zombie tuned in. Hey, Molly Zombie.
That was a good catch. He's in our standard Easter egg spot.
Yep.
He was hiding behind the imp the whole time. That's what I was gesturing to Tabby to cover it back up so you guys couldn't see it so well.
No, because I pulled the imp down just at the right time so you guys could see near the end of the stream here an Easter egg over there in the corner. I'm surprised Brian's not on here. The other Brian, one or two Brians, was on here. He's usually in Chance, but I know where Chance is in transit. They're usually really good about spotting those Easter eggs. But yeah, like Herman's just saying, it was partially covered up with the imp by design. So we could focus on one thing, and then you could get distracted and enjoy the rest of the live stream.
So I'm going to jump back in over here on YouTube with Jeff. Tabby.
Yes.
Say it. Jeff. There you go. All right. Yeah. So with the puppets, if you want to see an example of a recent puppet project that we just did, there's we're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and so there's a local company called LAS Shutters. Again, LAS, and they have a commercial on YouTube featuring the Uglies. Right? Is it
Yep,
the
the
Yeah,
uglies.
the
Yeah.
Uglies. And we made 4 different puppets for them. Each one representing different weather conditions and stuff like that. And there's a few different commercials that are out there featuring them. We're going to take that basic design and kind of shrink it down a little bit, and hopefully, again, this is a no promises thing. I'm going to get in trouble if I promise too much, but we would really like to introduce some puppets very soon.
It's actually really funny that he's asking about puppets because I almost put the ugly compilation video in here in this live stream because as a secondary backup for just some fun behind the scenes. So we'll try to make sure we put that in our rotation of fun behind the scenes videos. I know I've definitely shared it since you're on YouTube, one of the YouTube shorts. So if you go back and you search our YouTube shorts, they should be there, or at least one of them should be there. They're definitely on our Instagram page, but we'll add some more of those behind the scenes videos, even if some of you guys have seen them before, into the rotation for the folks who might not have seen them before. I don't know why words are so hard. I do know why words are hard. It's Friday. It's almost 5 o'clock. I know that all y'all are ready to get your weekend started. I think it's time to kick some rocks over here. There are a few more comments. Herman says yes, he loves it. Of course, you love it. Herman, can't wait to potentially see you in the next couple of weeks. Can't wait to see more of the designs that you have coming out. Can't wait to show you more of the stuff that Anders did for us. And for all of you who have tuned in, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to be notified for when we go live, and you can see some really cool behind the scenes videos, as well as be notified for when new masks drops and new sales. So until next time, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.